Yes, I want to talk about physics, that strange mathematical magic that seems to let science examine all parts of our universe since time began. Now, it's not something I can do, something that not everyone can do, but there are those out there that specialize in physics and they're quite helpful to the study of the entire life that we have. So we're going to just take a quick look at physics. Physics basically is a study of matter and energy, how they work with each other. Energy can take the form of motion, light, electricity, radiation, gravity. In physics, you're going to deal with things from like subatomic particles, or things that make up the particles that make up the atom, right out to the stars and galaxies. They not only want to know what something is, they want to know how it got to be that way. Where did it come from? What created it? What makes it move? What makes it live? Makes it go? What makes it exist? And for that, they'll use their tool of mathematics. Now, in the world of physics and science, when you're a regular scientist and physicist, they work hand in hand. The physicist is going to utilize scientific methods, and they're going to formulate and test different hypotheses based on observation of the natural world. Now, one thing the physicists are trying to do, they're trying to specifically nail down laws,
which they usually express in some kind of mathematical formula.
In other words, this caused this to happen, and this law that they create would help them predict something else, other kind of phenomena that might happen. Physicists, they've got two particular brands that they look at. One is called theoretical physics, and these guys are focused on developing these laws that they're going to be able to use to work on other predictions. Now, the theoretical physicist goes to the experimental physicist, and the experimental physicist develops experiments to test their laws. So you've got theoretical physicists, experimental physicists, and general scientists working together to get you the answers to this world. Now, physics covers so many things. It covers electronics, quantum physics, astronomy, and biophysics. People in physics are trying to take the unknown and turn it into the known. Physics, at one time, people used to call it natural philosophy. And we're talking about back about the 18th century. You're probably asking yourself, who started this deal with physics? Well, there's three people they look at as the father of physics: Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, and Galileo Galilei. These guys are known as the father of physics. Now, we have the father of physics and the mother of physics. Well, the mother of physics is considered to be mathematics. Thank goodness we got some people out there that really have quite a grasp of this and are able to use it, manipulate it, to help us all forms of our life. Now, there's physicists out there that are working on curing cancer, healing joint. Now, you're probably asking me, name me one thing that physics has done for me. Well, how about lighting? Yes, your lighting is thanks to a physicist checking into things. They found out that, if you remember, we said they like to work with the very, very bottom basic particles of something. Well, they were looking at the electrons, and they found that electrons move between special states. They absorb and they emit light of a particular frequency. Finally discovered that making a fluorescent light bulb, what they did is they took a plasma and they took a little bit of mercury vapor. And that mercury happens to emit light at frequencies that kind of looks like a visible spectrum of a white light. So when you're out there buying your fluorescents and your compact fluorescent bulbs, you can thank a physicist for finding out that they could find a little better way to get light using different elements from our world. So you can thank physics for getting us a cheaper, more dependable, long-lasting lights. When they also helped out with your toaster, but we'll leave that for another day. Thank you very much for listening. Come on, subscribe, like, share with like-minded friends, and feel free to leave a comment. Thank you. Take care.